how do you fit your mouth around it?
She's better at that.
Like, are you covering your tongue with your teeth?
So you want to relax your mouth. You want your tongue to go at the bottom. Just like open wide and just go piranha. No.
Just go piranha.
You just want so I sing too, and there's an exercise for opening the back of your throat where you kind of act like you're taking a big gulp of water.
It's your host, Hallismmith, for another episode of Girl Core. Obviously, you're wondering, why are you in a maid costume, Hallie? And who are these two beautiful girls next to you? This is Ava, Amira, and Scarlett, Alexis. They are bops, content creators, and they do mainstream corn, guys. So they do OnlyFans and the mainstream. It's amazing. We are actually going to be having a four-way today. It's going to be us three with the lover. If you guys want to check that out, you guys are going to know where to go after the podcast. Give us a little background about how you guys got into this crazy world.
Yeah, I just kind of happened upon it. I was working at an art gallery and teaching private piano lessons, but I knew some people in the lifestyle, some people in the industry, and I've always been a very open person sexually, so I just decided to try it out one day.
Ooh.
And I loved it. And then I had a serious thought about it and decided to go all in. A year later, I moved to LA. And here we are.
She's a talented singer, dancer. She's a performer. Yeah. You can wink your meat to her in many ways, but she is very artistic. And what's your astrology sign? I'm curious. A Taurus. Oh, some earth signs. I'm a Capricorn. And Tauruses are known for being very sensual and having that energy, so I can really see it. How did you jump into it?
So I used to work the back end. I used to help girls with their OnlyFans pages, like coming up with content ideas, helping them shoot content. And then I was like, I know how to do it. Why didn't I just do it for myself? And so like one thing led to another. And I ended up meeting some guy who introduced me to people in like mainstream.
Yep.
And that's kind of how I was like, okay, I can use mainstream to get into
the world of it. That's so exciting. You guys have made a lot of content together. You guys are really good at it. What is your advice for girls? Because you've probably seen a lot of big pink water bottles. How do you handle a guy who has a really big cucumber? Like, what are your tips, even just giving brain or taking it? Like, what's the biggest you've worked with, each of you?
I mean, I've worked with some pretty large ones. I mean, I would say Girth Master's up there.
I need to like grab my pink water bottle. What is the size?
Yeah.
Are we talking like to here, the middle?
We're a little more familiar. I haven't seen it.
You gotta do the hand stack.
here.
Oh my gosh. That's
But it's amazing. Like I saw stars. I found God.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
You found God. You saw the heavens. That's beautiful. So how did you work with that and prepare?
Okay, so I texted him the night before and I said, I'm terrified. I said, I don't know if I can take it. He was very nice about it. He's like, look, you don't have to do anything you don't want to. You can try. I was like, okay.
Just a tip.
Just a tip. But I think if you're turned on, your body just naturally opens up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And he's so attractive.
I think relaxing is really big and lubricant. If you're really into it, you get really wet. And of course, you can use lube too. I think,
of course,
like there's nothing wrong with that, and that will definitely go a long way.
I think too, like I always start out super wet, but then as I'm switching poses, that's where it starts to get dry. I literally brought lube for our four-way today. I was like, I always come prepared, and I get sent so much lube at home. I have so many bottles. And what about when you're giving brain? Like, how do you fit your mouth around it?
She's better at that.
Like, are you covering your tongue with your teeth?
So you want to relax your mouth. You want your tongue to go at the bottom. Just like open wide and just go piranha. No.
Just go piranha.
You just want so I sing too, and there's an exercise for opening the back of your throat where you kind of act like you're taking a big gulp of water, like go kind of thing. So you want to just open it, get your teeth out of the way, and then just like let it enter and relax. Once you're like familiar enough and there's no space back there, you can start to suction out.
Oh, so in the back of your throat, you're kind of like opening that little trap.
Yeah.
I always joke to girls, if you can chug a beer, you're good at giving head because you know how to keep that open back there when you're chugging.
I thought of that. Yeah, or even
random. Exactly.
if you're yawning, you need to like the muscles in the back of your throat.
Oh, kind of contract and
so
release.
I've learned that for singing years ago, and now I'm using it for sucking dicks.
I love that. That's like me when people are like, how do you stay focused in the bedroom? I had a method in school. They taught me to help me focus. Look at 3 things in the room, like what the teacher's doing, and tell yourself to be aware. So I actually use that in the bedroom. But when I'm getting out of my head, like I'm thinking about my laundry list, I'm like, okay, what is he doing? The sheets feel nice. His tongue's doing this. And it just makes you centered. Using random hacks that were not meant for these things, but in the bedroom. Those are actually really good. I love that. And when you guys are filming and doing all these things, how do you stay true to your boundaries? How do you express that to somebody in the industry and also with a regular partner at home?
First of all, for pro scenes or content, before we start anything, we always have a conversation about consent.
Total.
What are your do's and don'ts? And it's very easy to do. In your personal life, you can do that too, but there's also, it can be sexy, you know?
Yeah.
It can be like, oh, what are you into? What do you like? And then just also cover like, what do you not like? You know?
I feel like that, like I tell girls, like it doesn't have to be like this strict conversation. It's just like, oh, I think it's so hot when you do this, but I don't really like this and this. I always tell a guy, I don't like when they go straight to using fingers in the kitty cat. I'm like, just warm it up a little bit, at least 5-10 minutes before you even try to put fingers in me, because I will just be like, oh, I don't know why. It just doesn't work for me immediately. So that's kind of how you do it. Yeah, it's nothing too strong. And if somebody is kind of trying to be a little bit too much, how do you kind of push them down? Like a guy's hooking up with a girl and he's like, come on, let's do this. How do you shut that down?
I'm not comfortable with that.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem doing that.
Being blunt.
I think for a lot of women, maybe who don't have as much experience too, or just, you know, personality types, if you're not one to speak up a lot, it can be really hard. I think, like, for me, even it's been a journey from being a young adult till now, learning how to speak up for yourself and set boundaries. The more you practice, the more you realize you don't have to be scared.
Yeah,
it's okay to be vocal and protect yourself.
I joked with my friends, my throat chakra was closed for a while when I was younger, even just like for normal things, like guys, you know, eating you out, but he's not doing it how you like. And instead of saying something, you're just like quiet. So I started forcing myself when I didn't like something to like stand on business and be like, I do not like this. And just to say it, because I realized it wasn't that scary. I used to hate 69. For some reason, I just had like, I don't know, I think I just tried it when I was younger and I was like, ugh, like my butt's in his face. Like I didn't feel comfortable. I was like, I'm gonna fart. It didn't work. And then eventually I kept trying it. My partner now was like, let's do it a little bit. And we tried versions. And I was like, okay, I do like this. But I remember when I first met my man, I was like, I do not do this. And he was like, you were super adamant. He's like, I wasn't gonna push your boundaries like if you don't want to. But that was just like something that made me so proud of myself. And it's like, yeah, it's those little things. And even though now I love 69, I was like, I just wanted to say I didn't like it. I was just trying to be original.
And I think that usually comes after moments of not speaking up for yourself. You kind of have this feeling like, God, I really wish I did that. And then the weight of that becomes so much that it pushes you to start being more vocal.
Yeah. And then that's when you start having better pound town.
And then you're like, then it gives you confidence too, because you feel like, okay, I can handle myself.
Yes.
People kind of respect that too.
Totally.
You just have to keep practicing.
It kind of becomes hot within yourself, like the own confidence. Like you're more turned on by yourself and also just proud of yourself. So it becomes easier and easier, which comes into another embarrassing topic that some girls feel uncomfortable with. And that is dirty talk and using it in the bedroom in a way that feels natural and non like, you know, just forced. Now I have to know, what do you guys like go to dirty talk, filming or just one-on-one?
My favorite line.
You got dirty mouth.
Is like,
use it?
or like,
Ooh.
sort of my go-to, and I use it way too much with too many people, but
Yeah.
it's like, use my pussy to jerk off with.
I like that one. You kind of like use me.
Nose, and it's like, oh, I get around.
Oopsie. They're like, wait.
Say the thing.
What is yours?
The classics, like, oh, you feel so good inside me, so wet for you, or like, oh, you drive me crazy, or like, oh my God, like, I don't know.
Using your corn voice.
But every now and then, something creative will just come out of me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like in the moment when it kind of just feels. I know I was like, just use like, I'm like sensory words. Like, oh, it's throbbing, it's bulging. I love the taste of you. I love doing things about taste and stuff for women and men, especially women, because we're always so self-conscious about, you know, the kitty tasting weird or smelling weird. I feel like immediately telling a girl that, they're usually like, oh, okay, like you can help relax that a little bit just so they're less insecure. Another thing I love and don't have a problem with is period pound town. How do you do that in the industry when you're working with different people, different guys?
So you normally tell them, and I actually have my little bag here.
Your little goodie bag?
It's an industry secret that will tell you.
Oh, this is from the pros.
Some people use a makeup sponge, but I personally use these.
Are those a sea sponge?
These are sea sponges. You shove them in.
Oh, shit.
Use a little lube.
Up the kitty.
Shove
Yeah.
it in the kitty, and you're good to go.
Really? And they don't feel it when they're, or they do, but
They do,
squishy?
I don't think it's like.
They're pretty soft usually. So what I like to do, I like to pre-lube it up a little bit.
Oh,
And it's still gonna absorb everything, but that way it's not dry.
that makes sense. And then like, does that also prevent it if they're eating it out? Like it's nothing's going to drip out?
Yeah,
You put it all the way up there. Like you know how the discs.
Yeah, you kind of
have to
slip it up.
slip it up in there.
Yeah.
That's where you want to put it.
Also
Oh,
douching before.
douching. Okay, make it
Before
like
the sponge.
clean it, then the sponge. Wow, that's actually a really good hack because I usually just use the disc, but sometimes it kind of scrapes a little bit, and I could see it. Ooh, you've never used it? They're like little frisbees. The first time I pulled it out, I was camping and I was in a public bathroom, and I like flung it across the room. Yeah. It was a mess. It was like in one of those campsite bathrooms, so there was like webs in the corner, and I had to like reach in and get this period disc. I was so embarrassed. Yeah, no. And I was so, I had a few incidences with the period disc and like spitting. Well, what was I doing? Oh, I was super high. This is in high school. I had gotten like super cross. Like I was drinking, I was smoking, and this is when I like wasn't doing it that often. So I got so messed up. I'm in the bathroom and I'm super paranoid because I'm like, this is my first time wearing it. I was like, I can't get it out. I'm like up there like digging my fingers and it's not coming out. Finally at last minute, like somebody knocks on the door. I was like, shit. And it just like flung it onto the floor and it hit this person. I was at a house party. It hit their white area rug in the bathroom. Yeah, I immediately like put the rug under the sink. I was like scrubbing it. I was so high, like the whole room's like blurring. It was such a shit show, and I was just like, what the fuck? But now I've had good experiences with the period. Now it's normal.
I have this one hilarious scene. I did a pro scene and it was a lube scene, so it's like fake cum, like they're fake coming over and over again. So you have like you're injected with so much lube inside of you. And I was on my period, and so I had sponges in there. And like when I laugh, when most people laugh, like my muscles contract.
Yeah.
At one point, we were in some kind of position, and my period sponge literally just like flew
shot out of you.
It was so fucking funny, and this happened like 4 times. It was so hard. Like
in the one scene.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Kept flying out of
They're like a rocket launcher.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Wow. What did your co-stars say?
We were laughing about it. I think it's important not to be embarrassed about things like that.
Totally.
I think it's hilarious, you know. Let's just laugh about
how
it.
the person reacts is kind of how you react,
You're
you know.
because when I tell you it flew across the room, it was incredible. It was
Wow, you've got
sight.
strength in there. Have you been doing your Kegels?
I've got a grip in there. I won't lie.
She's a professional. Yeah. You're good at your job for a reason. That is hilarious. I would not know what to do if a girl's like, people are like, ew, I'm scared of a little fluid. I'm like, imagine a sponge flying at your face. But that's what I tell people too. I'm like, if you're not mature enough to handle embarrassing things in the bedroom, you shouldn't be there. Especially for my younger audience, at times they DM me like, what's the right age to lose my V card? And I'm like, guys, when you can handle the laughing, the blood, the embarrassment, if you cry, like I've thrown up on the D so many times.
That last week.
If we wined and dine, if I'm drinking and then we have a nice dinner, dessert, and then go home, I'm done for the night. Like I will be trying to suck it, but every time I try to deep throat it, it's just like I feel that little baby barf. Yep. Now I know like I'm an adult and I know how to stop it. But when I was younger, it was just there was no. Or I would do that terrible thing where you like yak and you kind of just slurp it back up because you don't want them to know.
I did that and then I ended up throwing it.
Yeah, sometimes like you can only do it so many times to get to a point. Yeah. Or if there's something, you know, sometimes it's little chunks. Transitioning from our guys to our girls, obviously you guys have worked with women before. Women love women doing these scenes. What's your favorite scene to film with another girl? What position do you like to film with girl on girl? Just for inspo for later.
I think for me, the best part about girl on girl is the making out. I think that's why most people watch it, and I love making out. So
totally.
I think like be as sensual as possible and make lots of making out, the majority all throughout whatever positions. Personally, I really like eating pussy, so I really like doing that. And
what are you doing with your tongue? What are you swirling, twirling? What's your finger action?
Personally, I really like a lot of clit stimulation, so I like to put pressure on the clit and play around that. It's also really fun to use your fingers on the clit while you're eating them out too. That's always a really fun one. Yeah, scissoring is a little bit trickier. It takes some coordination and some, ab strength.
I feel like it's more a fantasy and a visual than an actual act. Like,
there's trimming, which is more pleasurable, I think. Because
how do you trim? I've never.
So trimming, it's slightly more comfortable now. The thing is, when you're doing this for fun versus for a video,
like
with this kind of thing, it's hard to see what anything that's going on. If you think of like, in your youth of exploring your own body, it's it's the friction. So you want it to be wet and everything. You want to be in a comfortable spot where you're comfortably interlocked. and you're basically grinding. And I feel like that's a little bit easier than trying to look like a scissor.
Then a classic scissor pose. I get that. What about you? Do you have any favorite poses or techniques you love to receive from another girl? Like,
From another girl?
do you have any kinks on the girlies?
I really like making out too, and I like when people are dominant with me. So when the other girls are dominant, yeah, I'm really shy.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, when it's another girl, but if it's another guy, I'm like, I'll do cartwheels.
I know what you mean. With girls, I'm a little more submissive, and guys, I'm like, you shut up and listen to me.
I'm submissive for both, but I find that I'm more comfortable doing a guy. I don't know how to explain.
You just have a little less experience.
I am less experienced.
Yeah. It's a little bit more like unknown, scary. She was your sexual awakening.
I was literally at a party. I was like, I don't know what my sexuality is.
Yeah, she's like, oh, I feel like I have to have sex with a girl to figure it out. And I was like, okay, so like, you want my number?
You're like, are you volunteering?
She's like, I'll help you figure it out.
Oh, I love that. And what's your advice to kind of picking up girls? Because obviously it's scary. Like, as I feel like you too. Like, I'm a little shy.
It's so funny. I feel like that's the joke of like for instance, bisexual girls. Like, girls are just so scared of each other.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
Confidence is the biggest thing, and I think women were just more primed to be like, oh, I hope I don't offend, you know.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, you kind of have to get a little bit in the mind of guy, I guess.
I agree. A little just
and
more.
If you think about what you like from men, even like,
how to be properly approached by a guy in the right way.
Yeah, I just feel like, you know, you like it when they're confident. And so for me, I'm not really scared of girls. I'll read the vibes and everything, but I always come in with confidence. I would say good eye contact, like a classic good eye fuck. It's an
little eye.
It's an aura,
yeah. You can just feel it.
Yeah, so you just like stare deeply into their eyes and just like flirt.
I feel like too, sometimes it's like confusing when you're flirting with your girl. At first it's like, you gotta not be too girly with it. And I'm such a girly girl. So I'm like, I gotta make this seem like a little sexual. Like, I don't just like your outfit. Like, you look really sexy in this. I try to just amp it up, the sex appeal a little bit.
For sure. And it's tricky because like girls are so nice to each other.
Yeah.
So you can literally be like, oh my God, you're so hot. I could fuck you. I want to take you on a date. And the girl is still thinking, that's my friend.
Yeah, exactly. The girl's bathroom experience.
It's really hard to read, honestly.
Yeah.
I still feel this way to this day. You're just like, what?
Is it yes? Is it no? Are you coming home with me?
I never know how to read the room.
It's tricky.
I'm so dumb when it comes to
I feel like I just ask them, do you want to go back to mine? And that's usually where I figured it out.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, there's some risk involved for sure. And then also like sexuality is a broad thing. Some people are like, even in hetero situations, some people have a higher sex drive, or they're like, and some people are way more reserved sexually. So navigating that, because like, you know, also there's like people are maybe more emotionally homosexual and maybe like less physically. There's so many things to consider. But I've hooked up with certain girls where it's just like, we're both very on the sexual thing, and we're hooking up in the bathroom type of shit.
Ooh, so this is giving Wattpad. I'm reading this.
Like, I've been on like, you know, 5 dates and we still haven't done anything. But you get nervous and stare deeply into my eyes, and it's like, okay, so how good is it? Is it not? Yeah. I feel like I've so much nuance. Had that. Like, I feel like I've gone out with a few dates with a girl. I laughed once because I was super excited to hook up with this girl. She was a super hot redhead. I met her and she was just so beautiful. She had a little Scottish accent. And I was so nervous. We were back at mine. My roommate had like wing woman me. So when I came home, I had like the purple LED lights on, the candles. I was like, wait, this is a little too, like, it feels a little creepy. I'm like a frat boy. She's gonna be like, fuck, like, you thought you were getting pussy tonight. And I'm like, no, you gotta act like you're not gonna fuck until you're fucking. Yeah. And so I was like, do you want some drinks? So I started pouring us drinks. We had already been bar hopping all night. By the time we got home, I made us more drinks. It got so fucked up. I was like, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. I'm like puking in the bathroom for like 20 minutes. I come out, I'm like, hey. And I'm like, she heard me. It was a small apartment. Yeah, I did. I got whiskey dick, like whiskey puss. She was like, I'm gonna call my Uber. And I was like, no. And then like walk her downstairs. Yeah, I was so close. And like, she was really drunk too, so we couldn't even try. So she's like, yeah, I called my Uber, saw her get in, shut the door. And I was like, fuck, disappointment. And I just went back upstairs, started puking. I wake up the next morning in my bed, no clothes except for like a sweater. I put on a sweater, I guess. I was just naked on top of my blankets, not even in the bed, just like a fucking coffin. And you're not even alive. I go to my roommate and I got fucked up. I was like, nothing happened. And she was like, fuck. She's like,
was hiding in here all morning because she's like, I didn't want to leave you guys on the couch. I was like, girl, she took an Uber home. Like nothing happened. That was one of the times I was really disappointed. I was like, shit, call me again. But it didn't work out. I was leaving the city, so we never saw each other again. We had a little coffee and we kissed. I wanted more than that. I felt like a frat boy though. It was like, wow, so this is how it is.
I can relate to that.
Yeah, another time.
I can relate to that so hard. I feel like it's a common feeling of being like, oh, I don't want to be the creepy gay girl.
Yeah. You don't want to be too harsh. I feel like I can get a little bit excited.
That's why.
Yeah. You're like, that's a part of your charm. That's your ploy. I definitely feel like a frat boy. Like when I'm like, I'm nervous until I'm in it and then I'm more going for it. But she was like a women's history major and like Celtic women's history, like some really gay shit. And I was like, she has to be for the pussy. And she was, but I just fucked it up. But speaking of pussy, how do you guys keep yours so clean and fresh? When it comes to like filming scenes, obviously we're very exposed. How do you prevent the razor bumps, the ingrown hairs?
Yeah, I mean, I cheated, so I do laser.
Everybody's doing laser.
Douching. So we douche before scenes. We also use baby wipes. If you're on a porn set, baby wipes are used for literally everything. Like
baby
oil
wipes.
Or baby wipe. Like we probably keep them in business more than
porn stars keep baby wipes alive.
Literally.
I take probiotics, try to keep it healthy down there.
I'm also boric acid.
I was literally thinking about doing one yesterday before we filmed, but I was like, shit, I think you have to do it 2 days before. I forget. I was like 2.
You can douche if you douche before it.
Then you're good. Oh yeah, because you just cleared out the boric acid. Are you also lasered, or have you done?
No, I shave. I also have like a cute little bush. Shave around it.
Give her a little like a shape up, a fade.
Yeah, exactly. It is a lot of maintenance. Honestly, it's like around my bush.
I do waxing, so I'm like, yeah. It's actually not that bad. I do it like once a month. I've gotten used to it, but I started doing it when I was like 18. So I kind of gotten used to the pain tolerance, but I literally just this week have been considering doing the laser. If you don't mind me asking, how much is it? Because I was trying to Google and it was like, oh, it could be like 300 to 500 for a session. And I was like, but you need like 7 sessions? I was confused.
No. So you need like, what I do is I do it like every 3 months. So I've been doing it forever. For like my armpit.
I want the armpits, that 3 o'clock shadow.
500 for 3 sessions.
Oh, that's good.
It works right away. It's amazing.
Wait, that sounds better. Because that price sounds more reasonable than like one session just for it all.
You can find, they're probably still available now. I did my full body in New York and that was 1,000. But like I went to this like fancy, like whatever. And in Toronto, my full body was like 300.
Oh, that's a really good deal. Yeah, that's worth it.
You just have to kind of like find the right places.
Okay, that makes sense because I definitely want to consider that. I actually tried lately. My friend just recommended this. It's like Nair, the hair removal cream, but it's like an aloe vera base, so it doesn't smell like shit. You just put it all over your legs and body, and that's nice, but it pretty good. Yeah, sometimes it's like a few stray hairs, but like you then afterwards, you get in the shower after like 10 minutes and then you like exfoliate your legs and that just like removes all the hair. So it works pretty good. Yeah, like I use that. Yeah, if you're tired of it. It doesn't actually. No, it's because of the aloe vera. It's very sensitive. And that's why she told me, because she was like, yeah, I have very sensitive skin. And like she uses it all over. It works great. And it makes your skin super smooth afterwards. Yeah. It like, just like when you exfoliate your body, like you're extra silky. Yeah.
I cannot recommend laser enough.
See, that's what I need, guys.
I will be their spokesperson.
For the laser, I don't even shave the upper part of my legs. I'm just like, screw it. They're blonde, so you can't really see it as much. I don't shave my arms either.
Blonde. That's it.
Shit.
What do you mean? What? The hairs have to be dark and the skin has to be lighter.
Oh, maybe my lower legs. Randomly enough, it grows dark on my lower legs, and then my kitty's a little darker. The hair there, yeah.
Be fine, but like, the blonde hair it won't catch.
Oh, damn! I did read something about that on the website. Okay, guys, to my blondes, if you have any blonde hair, don't worry though. My armpits are dark. I don't know why. It's like really dark. I think they say when you shave for so long, it makes the hair, darkens it. All right, guys, to wrap up this episode, we are going to do a little this or that. Okay, tits or ass? Tatas or the cake?
I think I'm a tits girl.
Ooh. This is a hard one for Scarlett. I love them all.
Oh my God, that's.
I know. I love ass, but I like tits too.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say tits, but like I also appreciate the like small tits. Just
I
say tits doesn't mean they.
No, they're not like.
No,
I feel like a good perky ass. It doesn't always mean like big. It's just what you like. Okay, next one: facials or cream pies?
Cream pie.
Oh, facials. I'm a facial girly. Yeah, really? I like a good facial, but make sure it doesn't get in the eye, or else it's a rough day. Yeah.
Cream pie.
Yeah, dead ass
It
same.
was my first time ever. It was the worst thing that ever happened to me.
Oh, so it kind of scarred you. Yeah,
My eyes were glued together.
they get like bright red if it gets in the eye, and it looks like I just like smoked the biggest joint ever. Yeah, it's kind of crusty. It's gross. Okay, she's not gonna scar you guys. Facials can be good. Sometimes wear some protective eyewear. Wear some slutty glasses.
So what is it you like about facials? Is it watching it come at your face?
I think it's more like the being dominated. I think it's that idea of like I'm so beautiful that he wants to cover my face. Like it's more like a praise thing. Like I'm just so beautiful. He just has to lay his cum here. It's a very specific type of, I think I can sometimes be very submissive. So that he's like, yeah, but it's not him like claiming me like that's my bitch. It's more like I'm just so sexy. He just has to place it there. Weird little fantasization I've got there.
I love the cream pies and then like scooping it out of me.
Woo! She gonna taste it. Well, that's when you know your kitty's good. Morning or night Poundtown?
I like morning and night. I like all day.
I'll take any.
Anytime.
I feel like morning I like, but sometimes I look crazy after I wake up. My hair's a mess. My eyelashes are glued together if I have my fake ones on. Yeah.
It's so hot.
Yeah. It's something like about like, it's just like you wake, you're kind of tired, you know? You're doing like easy spoon poses and shit.
Half asleep.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Rough or slow and sensual Poundtown?
I love intensity, so I love the combination.
Passion.
I love
Yeah.
passion.
Like if it's the right energy behind it,
Yeah.
I know what you mean. I feel like that too. Like slow and sensual, it has to be right because I don't want it to be too much
don't
like
wanna fall asleep.
look into my eyes like slowly. Yeah, no.
Love is when they're being more aggressive and then they're grabbing your face and looking at you
Yes.
and making out with you. Like
Yes.
the combination, they'll be like doing something so sweet while just like.
I feel like that's
touching
me
you.
when I
It's
do
like,
backdoor content, like anal. I love it because like, you know, and then comes down like you're doing so good. Yeah, kisses, pat, and then goes back to like giving it.
Contrast.
Exactly. This is what ladies want.
I want to be disrespected.
In the right way. All right, last one. Sweet or salty? Make it what you will. Salty? Sweet. I'm a sweet girl. I have a sweet tooth. I like my salty shit. Like last night I ate almost a whole bag of Takis, but at the end of the day I have a sweet tooth.
You never had a talkie?
Really?
Oh,
I never tried talking.
Oh my
So
god,
fucking
you're
good.
Really?
That red dye 40 just hits different. Yeah, it's so good. Ugh, I eat them with chopsticks, though you don't get the effect. Girl hacks.
I love salty and sour. She made me
Ooh,
this
that's a
salad.
good combo.
And I was drinking the vinegar, and my eyes looked like she caught me. I got this big salad bowl,
guys, I looked over.
Oh, you're just I'm getting it.
and I just go like, oh, and then she looks at me so like frightened.
Like, are you okay? Like her eyes rolled to the back of her
Oh my
head.
gosh.
I was like, oh.
Get this girl. I think that means you have a vitamin imbalance if you're worms. Guys, she's tested. She showed me results. She's clean. Worms. She said worms.
Got a brain worm.
Got a brain worm. I love to eat pickles and olives. I'll finish the jar. Lacking something like iron or something. Candida.
I feel like it's also pH thing. Like you're, you know what I mean?
That makes sense. We're women. You know, we bleed. Things happen. Yeah. We got hormone imbalances.
Happening all the time.
Wow. Well, what a great episode, guys. Thank you so much for coming on. I will have all their information, Scarlett and Ava, linked down below. So you definitely should watch their naughty stuff and their non. And She Can Dance. They have quite the funny page. So you guys will have fun. And that wraps up another amazing episode of Girlcore. Thank you guys. Bye.